All right, very short video this. I know you guys like unboxings. This is a new toy tool I have received, ordered, and hopefully it'll be exactly what I'm expecting and maybe something you guys might be interested in. Oh dear, I need to sharpen this. That's terrible. Yes, it's a box. Well, let's unzip a banana. Gosh, what's that from? An English advert, I think. Unzip a banana. Shouldn't have moved that knife in that direction, Gary. Ooh. This is interesting. It's a special toy. Made in China, unfortunately. I tried to avoid that, but couldn't. Wouldn't, couldn't, shouldn't. I don't want to buy anything from China since what they've done to the world. However, no choice in this case. It is what's called a Rivnut tool. That's an interesting way of locking things. Oh, it's a handle. Those of you that aren't aware, excuse me, of what a Rivnut tool is, you drill a hole, you place one of these into this tool here, put it through the hole, squeeze it, and it goes pa-junk. Then you are left with a threaded hole to put your bolt screw in. Great little tools, great item. Unfortunately made in China, as I've said. I wouldn't buy anything from them if I didn't have to. Oh, looks, oh, these are, oh, they've given me all sorts of extra pieces. And you have the different nozzles that fit in here to, you know, insert the Rivnut. Why have I bought this? Or you may be asking yourself. Me too. I have removed a lot of the flanges from the Jaguar Mark II that hold cables, etc. And I wanted a neat way. I've got some special clips with the rubber around them, and these will make a perfect hole with the clip on. It will look very neat. No, it's not original. No, I don't care. It's my car. I'm doing what I want. But I can make it nice and neat, and I can space it out at, you know, 6 inches, 9 inches, 12 inches, whatever I think is appropriate and whatever looks good. I will demonstrate this tool later when I use it, but that may not be for some time. Or maybe I'll just hold on to this video until I do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to save this video for later. Bye. Well, success. We have finally coupled the gearbox with the engine, with the main assistance of my erstwhile apprentice and brother, Trevor. Believe me, without assistance in this, it's a fucking nightmare. But we did it. It was great. 2 minds are better than 1 when you're doing this kind of shit. And look at that baby, it's just sitting there. We don't need to put this on a dolly at the end, do we? The gearbox is fine. It ain't going nowhere.
No, it's fine.
I think it's great.
So much weight in the engine. Just
yeah, cast iron engine and aluminium gearbox. It's changed a little since the other day. This is fucking great. So now our next task, after tidying, is to get the bonnet off and the front subframe out. Oh gosh, ain't that gonna be fun? All right, let's get on with it. Up in the air, taking the front subframe out, ready for my brother to put the engine in.
Of course.
Of course. Wow, look at the fucking angle on that. That am high.
I think we'll be lowering it a bit.
Well, yeah, duh. We'll get that out of the way and then we can put the engine and gearbox in.
Yeah.
Okay, people, hang on. I'll take you underneath. Yeah. So, this is what we look like underneath. And the mount's disconnected here. Yes, you can do it here. Not a good idea. Lining up those bolts is a nightmare. Lining up these is not so much of a nightmare, but it's still a nightmare. As you can see, the front subframe is now dingly dangling. And we turn around and you'll see a very precarious block of woods holding the car up in the air. But I do have jack stands that aren't quite tall enough. But we're good, because once we get the subframe out, we'll lower it onto the jack stands. In fact, we will lower it even lower because we want to put the engine in.
From underneath.
From underneath. This is the method. Ooh, got to take the transmission tunnel cover off. I've just seen that. So that the transmission tunnel, gearbox cover, that's got to come off. That gives us more room to play. And besides, it's made of fiberglass and it will fucking break. And also, there are long screws sticking through and I don't like that. So I might have to go and buy some short screws. I prefer a long screw myself, but at my age, it's always a short screw. Okay, let's get her down. Okay, so this is where we are now with it down level. We're now going to bring out the front subframe. This is our favourite bit, putting the ramps on.
Noisy.
It's awfully noisy. I'm going to have to put some cotton wool on that. The sound of Bow Bells. Sound of my brother's bottom. Oh no! Oh shit, you alright?
Yeah.
Okay, so there she is now, up into air. And now we can wheel it out. Trevor, would you care to try and wheel it out by yourself? All you need to do is get the bit that stick out that's pointing down.
Yeah, that's got to come forward, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You whoosh it up. And the only reason I wanted you to do that is so I can film it. You need to pivot it.
Yes.
Hang on. There you go. And remember, you're steering it. No, you can't do it from one side. You have to do both at once.
Yes. So it's going to roll over on me.
Well, that's all right. You can only die once.
Oh, of course.
Oh, Jesus. These people are so picky. And it will rush at you, so... I told you you had to use both, and you don't listen. You know listen.
Are we not listen?
Okay, now you have to steer it into the garage. No, we'll have to move the...
Move the ramps to do that.
Well, no, we'll have to move the engine hoist. But yes, the ramps as well, probably. Oh, yeah, go on then, if you want. Game for a laugh. My brother's always game for a laugh. And sex with hookers. Female hookers, I have to have had. He doesn't do men. Oh, he's given up. What a shame. All right, we'll get this moved and continue.
Too far over, but we might be able to move the engine across.
Okay.
Just a tip.
So we're getting closer by the minuet. Okay. On this side, ooh, yeah, with that exhaust manifold, that's bloody close, isn't it?
It is tight. You should probably take both those manifolds off.
Which is a real pisser. Well, we could just take, which is the easiest to get off? If we take the exhaust manifold off, we've got to take the dynamo off. If we take the intake manifold off, there's a lot more nuts and bolts. My thought is exhaust manifold. I don't want to take that thermostat housing off because it am sealed. And I really don't want to undo the intake manifold.
Well, what about just the water pipe?
Oh, the water pipe. Oh, yeah, good.
Oh,
Good thought back there. You see, this is why you're here. Because there ain't no gasket goo on... Oh, yes, there is. Fuck. That means that'll destroy those gaskets now. Shit. Okay, so we destroy those gaskets or a thermostat gasket. no-brainer in my book. But would the thermostat gasket alone give us enough room, because there's a pipe sticking out down there for the starting carburetor?
Well, it's on
flexi, yeah, so we might be able to...
them off and
Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, we can just undo those two clips,
pull it off.
pull that off, pull the thermostat housing off, and I'll get a new thermostat gasket. That's no fucking big deal. Or we have to take the exhaust manifold off and the dynamo generator, and we don't destroy any gaskets.
So the exhaust manifold gaskets are not...
No, there's no goop on them at all.
So yeah,
They would come off easy too.
Yeah.
But then we do have to undo the generator. We'll add
Yeah.
a couple of bolts. No big deal. We don't break any gaskets.
Gaskets are expensive.
Yes, just you to think of the money side. Fuck it, exhaust manifold. Okay, decision made. Man on knees, accepting bribes, removing dynamo generator, whatever you want to call it. Then we will remove the exhaust manifold. And lower things down a little further. Okay, here we are. The engine is not in. It is in position.
Sitting on the floor.
Sitting on floor, sitting on a dolly. And we will, in a couple of days' time, because we're going away for the moment, raise it up and bolt the bugger in. That is the plan. A plan that is ours. Monty Python, you don't get it. It's mine and mine alone. And there it is. And don't she look fucking beautiful in there? Oh, this is teaser time. Yeah. Couldn't have been done without that guy over there who's hiding.
I'm hiding. I'm only here for the muscle.
You're here for the gin. Don't lie. All right. Now, as you're all aware, we didn't want to put this in from the top, purely because it's too fucking dangerous in my book. Take that front subframe out, it's a few bolts, she's out and done. Now we get to raise it and stick it in the hole proper. I'm getting more and more of my garage space back. It's a miracle. Thank you. All right, boys and girls, this isn't the end. Maybe this shows it better. Right there. It has been dented. I don't know how, but it's been dented. And now I've got to pay for someone to straighten that out. Maybe these guys that do this paintless dent removal, I don't know. This is really, really fucking disappointing. Yeah, it's hard to show it on camera, but it's right there next to my finger. Fuck!